Well, the trick of it all was, what made it quite unique and different was twisting it right in the middle of the whole section, of back and front. That's what was the whole trick of the whole vehicle. Because it twists left or right, really wrap around something. And at the same time, it twists in and out. So as you hit a big hole on the left, it would raise on the right. It would just switch back and forth as you hit big holes or twins or flip around corners or anything. Well, I started to try to get into the movie work was one of the things I wanted to crawl up that ladder a long, long time ago because I was born and raised in Linwood, California. So I worked my way and got up into the Hollywood area, and from there I started trying to get into the movie work and stuff. So it's a hard thing to climb up them ladders and to know those people and deal with the things. But I always wanted to try to build different, neat, and only people in the movies can do things like that. People don't want to spend that kind of money or business-wise or anything. So that was just kind of the story. I was, like I say, just started as a mechanic with my dad in Linwood, and from there crawled up them ladders, and from there trying to get into the movies and TV stuff.
Well, this is a great rig. Tell us all the secrecy about these damn things.
Off limits to unauthorized personnel.
Well, how about let me take it for a while now?
Well, what I was doing, because I was building the complete vehicles and things like that for cars, from roll cages to do stunt work and doing everything, I don't know how I ended up dealing with the people who are getting my name in it and stuff, but I did, and they brought me right in, and all they had was a sketch of what they wanted to have in this movie, in this vehicle. So from that, we just discussed back and forth and talked. And from there, I was lucky in my life to learn how to do artwork because I could hardly spell my name. I'm not very good at that, but I could do my artwork. So I kind of designed along the times of the whole vehicle and everything. This vehicle was a complete different type of functional vehicle because it turned in the middle. It didn't turn left and right and forward, left and right and backwards and all that stuff. This turned right straight in the middle. And the whole vehicle twisted right in the section. And from that is how it turned. It had 12 wheels on it. These were 3 wheels on each section, and they can turn the whole thing. There was absolutely no other way than the wheels itself flipping. There was no springs, no shocks, no nothing like that. But yet we could hit I'd say a 6-foot rock or something, and this thing could walk right over the top of it. Because of the design that we ended up doing, how I could function this thing to do what it had to do, and it walks from wheel to wheel, and you don't even feel it. You could go 50 miles an hour and hit it, and you don't feel it at all.
You want to drive this rig?
You think I could?
Try.
You know what? We're very, very lucky, I guess. For what we had to do into the rough terrains, I mean, it had to float, it had to go out to the dry lakes, it had to go right down through a city. We did an awful lot, a lot right out in the desert, too. We was out in Las Vegas, way out there, and also out in the Grand Canyon. We had to go, and they allowed us to do some of them things that you couldn't touch one of those rocks or anything there because it's history. I mean, extremely history stuff. For us to be able to drive down through there, the head people just said, whatever you do, do not touch one of those pieces of rock or that hill or anything. Do all you want, but do not touch any of them. because you'll have to quit filming. That's as simple as that. And it was quite a deal. We was lucky. We didn't hit nothing. Well, I would say one of them that was quite rough. We were clear at the top of a hill, and we had to come down that hill at as fast as we could go, and that was 55 miles an hour, down a hill. But at the same time, we had to take a curve, and then we had to go over some rocks. We had to hit some holes. We had to do a whole bunch of things. The biggest amount of thing that happened was it took one of the tires and knocked it loose, and we had a flat tire. But we fixed it. Other than that, nothing. Nothing hurt on the car or the vehicle through the whole movie. Well, there was 3 miniatures that we did a lot where it was supposed to float, because when you're getting 22,000 pounds and make it float, pretty hard to do. It's all steel. So that was a very, very trick thing to make that thing do that big section where it's supposed to float. That was a hard part, a very hard part. It was a great one. I was very, very happy to get into that thing and to build it and everything. What was the big thing that kind of knocked the socks off me, Steve McQueen was supposed to do that movie. And he wanted $2 million to do it. Well, it wasn't that time then. You didn't get that kind of money. So that's how he walked away from it. And he is a very good friend of mine. He'd come to my shop a lot and right up to the end with him. He, super, super nice guy. I just yapped at him, saying, that's wrong. Cut off some of that money and take this thing, do it, because we'll have fun. He said, no, that's what it is. You know, I haven't for years. I have everything, though. I kept all the photos, the pictures, the movies, everything that it's been in. I did a lot of commercials with it. I did just plain little TV-type movie things. One was a guy with a newspaper that would deliver newspapers on people's houses. He used that as a guy, instead of a bicycle, he'd come by with the Landmaster to throw the newspaper. That's the kind of things that they made then. Wasn't really neat, but it worked and kept going. I did some alterations and changes and painted it different colors, made other parts of the body different, trying to make it use again and try to make some dollars with it and stuff. But when you're doing a big feature movie thing like that, now it becomes the Landmaster. That's where it stays. People always will know that. But to try to get into things like that and either be a big movie or a big TV show, it doesn't very seldom ever happen. So I did for years and years, and finally this guy's been wanting to buy it from me for years and years. Finally he says, okay, you got it in one day. So he come and he took it. It's up in by San Francisco, and I use it for shows and stuff like that. In order to do something like that, I was very proud of myself to be able to do it. Not saying I was great or did something. I just am happy that I got to do that, and then to try to do something that's unique and different. Nobody had built a vehicle like that. It was kind of a neat thing.